Okay, fine, Mr. Mouzzam, over to you. Thanks for your time, and thanks to all participants for joining. And I'll just hand over to the speaker. Over to you, Mr. Mouzzam.
Thank
Please
you.
start.
Thank you, Paula. Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored to have you all in this, a quick presentation webinar on decision-making skills. As part of our, like we all volunteer from Career Guidance Council. We are striving, we are trying our best to help the students and the professionals and the job seekers to grow in their career. It's like giving back to society. So we all are working professionals. At the same time, we want to help. We want to assist, the fellow citizens to grow in their career. So part of it are like our webinars. Usually we have our weekly webinars at two of our providers in Hyderabad. So due to COVID-19, we are doing virtual webinars. So still we are on it, and we are trying our best. So thank you everyone for participating. And today, as you know, my name is Mohammad Mouzzam Ali, and I'm working as HR manager with one of the MNCs over here, ExterNetworks. I'd like to share my experience, and I'd like to give a few inputs on decision-making skills. Now, having said that, can anyone tell me what is decision-making? Can anyone tell me what is decision-making? You can raise your hand, and we will unmute, and then we'll take it from there. Can anyone tell me what is decision-making? Or you can write it in the chat box if you have any, if you'd like to say anything. Just I want to know, I want to make it interactive so that it should be a two-way communication and we learn something out of this session today. Any inputs that would appreciate? Okay, I've got one. Deciding between the best option. Exactly. Yep. Any others? Any others? What is decision making? What are the decision? Any other inputs? See, when you get a chance, don't lose it. Say it whatever you want. Either you will be right or you will be corrected. But don't hesitate to share your word when you get a chance. Okay. Now I've got one more thing: ability to decide on our own. Exactly. You are the decision maker, so you are deciding on your own. Okay. Quite near. Choosing the best. Okay. So when you have a lot of options, so you want to choose among those options and decide upon it. Exactly. So we're in here. Okay, I've got one more. Taking decisions at right time and right place. And so I think, okay, good. See, this is how you have to be smart, appropriate. The process of making choices by identifying a decision. Now, see, now everyone is started speaking. So my, you can stop sending messages now. Now, see, when I said initially to say your word or chat, everyone was like waiting what to say or waiting for others to take initiative, waiting for others to take initiative. When we get a chance to speak or say our word or give our consent or give our suggestions or advice, don't stick to yourself. Maybe your advice is better than the one who is asking. That might help. Okay, don't say that I have a better option than you. Say that I think this is my opinion. Okay, so everyone's opinions count. One more thing, this is decision making is a process of making choices by identifying a decision, gathering information, and assessing alternative resolution. Yep, it is also right. Okay, so there are so many options now. So my intention was to involve you all, okay, and make this a small webinar, an interactive one. So see, in very short or in a layman's language, what I can say is decision making is as simple as considering the right thing at the right time and at the right place. Now, you are standing at a bus stand, okay, you're waiting for a specific, bus. You see the bus number and you board the bus. So you are waiting for the bus and you are standing at the bus stand. Now you see a lot of buses. It's not that the moment you see the bus, you simply, walk in or, board the bus. It's not that. You take a simple decision. You just see the board, okay, on the front side of the bus, or the numbers that, you see, um, navigating on the bus screen. The moment you see that, you decide whether to board this bus or not, whether this bus will take you to your destination or not. In life, we face many situations like this. This is very simple decision. We don't even think that this is a decision that I'm going to take. Okay, because we are habituated, we have been taking this decision, we have been taking, and many times we don't ponder, we don't think whether what we are going to do, because we have a lot of experience and we have come across the same situation before. So simply we take, or we see the situation and we quickly take the decision without assessing or without knowing ourselves that we are going to take a decision. Okay, in life we take a lot of decisions. So in short, decision making is as simple as considering the right thing, okay, what you have to do now, or at a particular instant, okay, at the right time and at the right place. So just remember this stuff. Now I would like to show a small video about decision trap. Now many people get confused, okay, what decision they have to take. Okay, they find a lot of uh, things to do, which one they have to select, what they have to do. So they actually fall into the decision trap. So I'd like to show a small video. Can anyone confirm if they are able to hear? Can anyone confirm if they are able to hear? I'm just starting. uh, I just started playing. Is it
We can't hear actually.
okay? Fine. Now
I think I have to finally open up about something. For the past month, I've been having many problems. I'm always stressed, tired, angry, anxious, and indecisive. I never quite knew why until recently I realized that I'm suffering from decision fatigue. And it's a real thing that you and I could suffer from. Let me explain. When you are presented with a simple question,
should I wear yellow or white?
you need to make a decision. Yellow. One decision is easy. Anyone can make it. But when you have to make hundreds of them every day, you want to go to the city? Yes. You want me to shoot it?
Do you want to go shopping?
Later. What time do you want to
Where are we living after day 1000?
What video do we make? I don't know. You will go crazy. Look, the truth is, in the past week, I've had many breakdowns simply because I cannot make decisions anymore. I literally can't process them. And it's not just me, it's also you. At restaurants with so many options, it can be hard to decide on one thing to eat. At home, parents have to make so many decisions every day. Do I buy salt? Do I cook lasagna or pasta? Do I take care of a baby? And it has been proven, the more decisions you make, the less likely you are to make good ones. Even judges suffer from decision fatigue, and they have a tendency to make worse decisions later in the day. So your lawsuit could have a different result if the judge hears it earlier in the day. Can you imagine? This is decision fatigue in action. Not iPhone or Android. But before this depresses you and me, decision fatigue is actually curable. Just make less decisions. Clothes. I stopped making decisions on what I wear. I just wear the same thing every day. Food. I let the waiter order for me. Just order for me. No! I delegate all my decisions to him. I got this, my man. Girlfriend, I just stopped answering her questions.
Should I drink diet or normal? Where are you going? Boobai! Boobai! Boobai, help me! Boobai!
And whenever I can, I turn off my brain and reserve it for the most important decisions. I think we should live in San Francisco. No! We all suffer from decision fatigue because we make so many of them. But if there is one decision you can make is to recognize the problem and tackle it. If we do it right, that could be our best decision ever!
Okay, so did you all see and understood what is decision fatigue? Quick inputs I need. So what did you understand by decision fatigue? How easy or difficult it is to take decisions? Or in short, what we have to do when we have a lot of decisions to take, what we have to do? Any suggestions after watching that video? Any suggestions? Just type in the chat window. You can type in. Any suggestions after watching that video? It says, let me put it in these words. When you have a lot of decisions to take, whether it's a small decision or a big decision, when you have a lot of decisions to take, okay, you get stressed, and you'll not find the right ability to take the right decision. Okay, so instead of taking a lot of decisions, make the things very simple. Make the things very simple. And at times when you decide to do all the things on yourself, you get stressed. Okay, it's good to delegate your delegate things to somebody else who can do it for you, or who are part of your team, who can do that for you. Okay, it's not that you take all the burden on your head, all the burden on your shoulder, and then do that. Okay, let me do this. Right? So every time you stuck with which decision to take, and which to just ignore, you get confused. Okay, and eventually you end up doing that thing which actually you did not plan to do. Okay, so in short, make use of your analysis and identify the actual problem. Okay, first you identify the problem, and then come up with some small decisions, and then take that decision. Okay, in short, okay, we take a lot of decisions. As I said, we take a lot of decisions in our life, right from we wake up, okay, and then until we sleep, we take a lot of decisions. Now, as we watch in the video, it says identify the problem and then take the decision. In our day-to-day life, make the things very simple. Don't make it complicated. Don't waste your time in deciding this or that, this or that, this or that. Okay, now when we have to consider, when we say that make it very simple, so what things we have to consider to make things simple, or what things we have to consider to get the right thing done at the right time? Now see, when do we take decisions? We take decisions every day. We take every day a lot of decisions, even at crossing a road. Okay, we see here and there, and then we cross the road. We see right and left. In India, we have to see both sides. Whether you're crossing a one-way road, all the vehicles are coming from right side, but you'll have to, believe me, you'll have to see on the left-hand side also. You can expect anyone coming from the other side as well. Okay, so you have to consider that alternative as well. Okay, now see, many students, after completing their like 10th standard, they get confused which subject they have to take in the intermediate. Okay, what subjects will take them to their best career path that they might have thought, or even if they don't know what career paths are available and which one to opt for. So first thing after SSC, they get started. Okay, even in intermediate, then before selecting the degree, they eventually get stuck. Maybe if they have decided to do engineering. Now there are so many streams. Okay, computer science, information technology, electronics, mechanical, civil, and so many. So they get confused which specialization they need to take. Even in PG, even in masters, once you're doing your say masters of like business MBA, again they get confused whether to consider marketing, whether to consider HR, whether to consider finance. Okay, there are a lot of things they need to decide. Now, when I say we have to take a career path and specialization for students and for professionals, it should be our area of interest. First thing that we need to consider is our area of interest. For example, my classmate in SSC who scored excellent marks, he is opting for a you know uh, MPC probably. Now, because he has chosen that, you want to go with him, but your skill sets are not allowing you or will not actually eventually help you to attain a good career. So it's not that somebody else is choosing that career, you have to choose it. First, you decide which career path you want to take. Okay, even in choosing, like maybe somebody has done his or her engineering, maybe from EC or IT or mechanical. Now they want to jump into IT. When you see the IT world, there are a lot of courses available in the market. There are a lot of technologies that you would like to enter into it. Okay, now you first you decide. Okay, uh, which field is like good for me. Okay, where I can, if I have a very good analytical ability, maybe I can look out for some machine learning or data science or something else. But many people are going there in that way, and you would also like to go, but you don't have that capability, and you have no interest. Maybe you have interest in designing some forms and all that, and putting the code, and then selecting a good stuff. Maybe that will eventually help you. Okay, so be a programmer instead of jumping in and diving into the machine learning or data science of all that technical jargons that we listen to every day. Okay, artificial intelligence and all that. I'm not saying that don't take up those courses. Start your career, plan the things, and take small decisions, and consider your area of interest. If you don't know anything, and like if you want to know, then yes, check with the persons who are already there in that career. Okay, check with them what is the career path. For example, if I start my career with programming, where should I be after down the line, after 3 years, down the line after 5 years, or after 10 years. Okay, so you decide based on their suggestions, based on their career path. Okay, this is what Career Guidance Council is doing for the past 1 decade or more than that. Okay, they tell, or they involve a lot of industry professionals from various streams, from various uh, specializations. They call upon them, even the volunteers. We have like a lot of IT and non-IT professionals, so we share our experience. So listen to those professionals and then decide. Okay, now apart from your academics, once you're done with your graduation, people start whether to start a business, whether to do a job. Okay, now for especially for Hyderabadi engineers and all that, we find a big door. Okay, it's written Gulf over there. Okay, the moment you are done with the engineering, somebody from Gulf, your uncle or your, you say mama, chacha, or somebody else, they call you and say, do SAP right away, do SAP or do database admin course, spend 3 months, and then I'm sending you the visa, and you have to come to Saudi. That's it. Or somebody's calling you and saying, do .NET right away or do Java right away, and then do some small project. After 6 months, you have to land in to Gulf. Okay, or at least do some this course or that course, or do something else, or fire safety and this and that, or do some tally and all that. You have to come there. Now, many people, they don't ask you about your area of interest. They don't ask about like what you have to do. They simply, because they found an opportunity for you, and they want to help you. In fact, they want to help you to start your career. It's not that you are choosing a career based on somebody else's opinion. Okay, just if you talk about this is 2020. If you find an engineer or a graduate who has completed like way back 2 3 years back, maybe 2016 or 17, if you ask him or her, they will tell you they know Java, they'll tell you they know Oracle, they will tell you they know like .NET, they will tell you 4 or 5, various technologies. If you ask them, uh, which technology are you 100% comfortable with? If I give you a project, will you be able to do in .NET or Java or in SAP and all that? They will be like, with empty head. Why is it so? Because at every given instant of time, somebody else is asking you, or your friend, or somebody else they are doing that, or you're also doing that, but you did not put in your 100%. Before you complete that, you did not find a job. Now again, you're jumping into some other technology. You're starting your career again, and then you're getting training and all that. See, it's not that you spent 3 years and you're nowhere. This is not possible. I'm telling you frankly, if you put in the right effort to learn any skills, be it like Microsoft Excel, okay, be it like Microsoft Excel, or your spoken skills or your communication skills, if you spend, I'm telling you upfront, 3 to 9 months rigorously, you'll definitely find an expertise in yourself. But if you spend 3 years and you're nowhere, that means you did not have a proper plan. You did not consider the things, seriously. You just did it just for the sake of doing it. Or no one should tell that you're sitting idle, so you did it just to tell others that you're doing something. It's not like that. So my question was, after your graduation, somebody else is calling and asking you to come over there. Now I have seen many professionals who went to Gulf. I'm not against Gulf. I'm telling you the scenario. They went abroad. They did like 4 years, 5 years, 8 years. They spent over there. They got very hefty salaries. They have enjoyed their life and they fulfilled all their dreams. After coming back, maybe 5 years or 8 years, now the situation is terrible in Gulf. Okay, anytime they can send you, or they are coming up with a lot of new changes every day. People are planning to come back. Now, when you land in, first thing is, are you competing with the technology? Are you comfortable enough to do the task that is available over here as well? Okay, are you comfortable enough? Are you in in line with the market standards? Okay, in Gulf they treat you as multi-talented. Believe me, if you say you are an engineer, they think that you can do the web development, you can do a networking thing, you can do some database stuff. They think that you are an engineer, so those subjects were there and you have to do that. Again, I'm telling you, just to tell you, after 5 years or 8 years, when you come back, you find life challenging over here. Why is it so? Because you did whatever challenges or whatever task they gave you, you started doing, you started learning. It's good that you started learning, but you are not confident enough. You're not 100% confident. That's why when we come back from Gulf or other countries, we face few challenges. So take the right decision at the right time. Okay, once you've done your engineering or any graduation, don't take any decisions based on somebody else. Okay, think about it. If somebody else is asking you to do Java, definitely do that. But just think, consult with those persons who are in the industry and ask them, how much time will it take? What efforts do I need to put? If I'm studying for 1 or 2 hours in a training institute, or some from someone, if I'm studying 2 hours, so how many hours I need to put in? Is it just 2 hours is enough, or I need to put in the more 6 or 8 hours from myself? Only the training, is the training enough, or do I need to do the real projects and all that? Did I purchase any book anytime? See, there is a very critical situation with our students. We never purchase books. We are not habituated of reading books. Okay, but we want to face the interviews. The moment you put lot of stuff in your resume, Java, C, okay, the technical skills. If they ask you one question in Java, you say, no, I did it in my engineering. That's why it's here. It's not that you put in something in the resume and somebody is asking you a question and you simply say that it was there in my curriculum and that's why it's here. It's not that. Whatever just write 1 or 2 skills and be very confident in that. Okay. So in short, after completing your graduation, we have to take decision, okay, whether to start a business, okay, or to do a job or to migrate to some other country, decide it, take, consult with the persons who are already there in that particular stream. Okay. So in short, we have to take decisions at personal level and at professional level. Okay. Don't be afraid of taking decisions. Take decision, but to take a good decision, you have to consider few things. Okay. Then there are 7 steps to take effective decisions. Okay. What are they? There are 7 steps to take effective decisions. First thing is create a constructive environment. Okay. Involve right people, take opinion. I'm just saying once again, if you're an engineer, okay, and you want to pursue your career into IT, okay, you want to jump into IT, but you don't know which technology you should work in. People are talking about HANA, SAP, and then big data and artificial intelligence, data science, and machine learning, and you name it. There are a lot of things that are available in the market. Now create a constructive environment. First, you decide, okay, maybe like these are the 4 things that I'm capable of. Okay, maybe I need to do Java, maybe I need to do .NET, maybe I need to do some databases, whether development or administration, or I need to do some networking stuff. Okay, or I need to do some management specific course. Okay, now you have got a list of things that you can do. Now involve the right people. You want to do Java, you want to do Java, talk with those persons who are already there in the market for about 5 years or 10 years. They know the in and out of Java. Okay, so they will tell you where to start, okay, and what things you have to consider and how to progress accordingly. So involve the right people. Okay, for example, you want to purchase furniture. You want to purchase furniture for your home. It's a simple thing. Okay, now you are asking somebody else who is not aware of the quality of furniture or the market where you can find the right furniture. Okay, or uh, the thing that actually fits into your home or your budget. Always involve the right people, take opinion from them, and once you're done with all that, okay, the next step to take effective decision is understand the problem. Ask enough questions. Now for an engineer or for a graduate or for a job seeker, what is the problem is to get a job. The problem is to get a job. Actually, it's a requirement. Okay, you need to do a job or you need to set up a small business. Now ask a lot of questions. Okay, what are the jobs available in the market? Okay, what they are expecting from the candidate's perspective. If you ask me, I say communication skills is the key. Even if you don't know anything, even if you are like studying the final year and one company is coming and they are doing some interviews, based on your communication skills and your attitude, they will select you and they will train you. Okay, they'll just see that your marks and all that and they'll just train you. Okay, so understand the problem. If you want to do a career, if you want to begin your career in IT or say some specific field, identify the problem. Okay, what you have to do, what you are expected to do, and then ask a lot of questions. Okay, for a Java programmer, I need to start my career with HTML5 or CSS3. Okay, JavaScript and all that stuff, and then I have to learn. It's not that I'm starting from I'm starting from stage 3 or stage 5, ignoring the first few stages just because I thought that they were very simple. I thought that they might not be uh, required. It's not that. Okay, take the right, consider the stage 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then achieve or complete those and then move ahead. Okay, now brainstorm your options. As I told you, when you have a lot of things in line. Okay, you said that I want to start my career, I want to start a job. Okay, maybe in Java or this or that or databases or what. Okay, you have a lot of options. Now brainstorm, ask a lot of questions, take suggestions from the people who are working in Java, take suggestions from the people who are doing databases. You eventually selected one field wherein 24/7 support was needed. For example, you selected like a profile of a network engineer, wherein you need to be available 24/7, or you selected a profile of a like database administrator, wherein 24/7 support is needed. But you're not habituated of doing the work in the night. Okay, you can do that, or you don't want to do that. then don't ignore that aspect. Okay, because you don't you simply want to do that subject. But the other thing is, you can't be available on the weekends. If you can't be available over the nights, then don't opt for that. Okay, because there's not, you did not consider the options properly. So consider all the things. Okay, how will be the lifestyle, how will be the interpersonal skills that you need to do that, or consider all the options, brainstorm, talk with all professionals, and then consider the things accordingly. Okay, now when you explore the alternatives, what if it is not, what if I don't do this, what else I can do, what if second thing, if I can't do that, what is the third thing I can do. Okay, even I'm doing these things. Okay, but I think that, for example, I'm very much interested in doing SAP. First thing, I want to do SAP. But when you got to know that you need to begin your career for SAP, you need to have 2 to 3 years of domain experience. For example, you want to become like ABAP developer or SAP HR functional consultant, or SAP FICO or SAP SCM, some consultants. You want to do this. There are many institutes, they say that you just come and pay 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 4 lakh, 5 lakhs. Okay, they are doing that. But once you got the certification, once you got everything, you got to know that people are considering only professionals with 2 to 3 years of domain experience. If you're looking for HR, okay, they want you to spend your life of about 2 to 3 years in some domain functions in HR. For example, recruitment, or uh, what is that, payroll, okay, or all that stuff, time and labor, okay, all that. But you were not aware, you spend your huge amount. After spending your 6 months of your life, you got to know that there is no opportunity. Don't do that. Look out for alternatives, look out for alternatives before deciding, and see what if I do this, what is next, or how it would be. Okay, or if there are no other options, you have to do this. Now consider the things very seriously and ask questions with the right people, and then decide. So always assess the risk and implication of ideas generated. As I told you, you want to do SAP, but what are the risks involved? They are looking for 2 to 3 years of domain experience that you don't carry. Maybe somebody who did his engineering 2017, he's idle now. Maybe he can, cover up those 3 years with the relevant experience that he had. Maybe he spent some time with doing some specific function in like purchasing and all that. Maybe he can do SAP if he has the right experience on papers. Maybe he can do that, but not a fresher who did just 2019 or 2020. If you got to know that there are few companies who are looking out for freshers, also consider the other factors. Do you have the right percentage? Do you have the right qualification that they are looking out for? Consider all those things. So, and assess the risk. Okay, that you need to know. Okay, now when you have a lot of things on table, and you have considered all the alternatives, now choose the best solution. Somebody said in the beginning, what is decision making? Choosing the best alternative or choosing the best solution. It is one of the 7 effective steps. Okay, you have to select the best solution. Now that solution which you think is the best might not be best for somebody else. That doesn't matter. Based on your skill sets, based on your abilities, based on your avenues, you have selected a best solution that might really help you. Okay, so choose that best solution after analyzing the risk, after assessing all the scenarios, after asking so many questions. Now choose the best solution. Evaluate your plan. Now everything is in line. Now you started a career. Okay, maybe you started learning one technology. Now evaluate your plan. It's not that you took a course for about 3 months. Okay, it is going for 6 months. Okay, so in these 3 months or 6 months, you did not have a proper plan. Maybe you should have a plan that after 3 months of training, I need to put on the more 3 months to do full-time practice. Full-time practice. You did not had a proper plan. You started now, and you after 1 month, the course is for 3 months. You did not learn the complete stuff. After 1 month, you get an opportunity to work in the same field. You started jumping, or you started doing that, but without the right tools, you started attending interviews, so you will lose your confidence. I'm telling you. It might also happen that after completing the training, you did not get an interview. Don't uh, you know uh, take that as a negative thing on your training. Try to involve yourself in improving your skills, or adding few more skills that you think this will help you in attaining your goal. Okay, I heard one person while I was in getting trained on one specific skill. So one guest speaker who came in, and he delivered a concept on one particular topic. Now my faculty said, sir, give some inputs to these students, as they would be the prospective job seekers after a month or so. Then he said, do you know I'm working in a good company, CSC, Computer Science Corporation now, and your sir has taken my interview. Okay, he grilled me for 4.5 hours. He asked a lot of questions, and I gave all the answers. Then then he eventually hired me. Then my faculty said, I went to HR and I told them I need this guy at any cost, and I went. So we asked him, sir, what was that? How were you able to spend 4 hours, and answer all the questions? Do you know what he said? He said, before going for that interview, I worked as a lab assistant. He said, in one of the institutes. Okay, in one of the institutes, I worked as a lab assistant for 2.5 years. I did not do a project. I did not do any job. I simply worked as a lab assistant. I used to read books, and I used to uh, debug the errors that the students get, because I know which topic is going to be discussed today. So I used to be prepared for that, and whenever they get a doubt or question, I solve that in a jiffy, very quickly. By seeing the error number, I used to solve that. By seeing the problem, I used to debug it in within no time. He said, after spending 2.5 years, I was so confident that the moment I see the error, without going on that test, if I ask him from there, what is the error? If they say the error, I tell them, you did this, you did that. Okay, that means even though he did not get a good job for 2.5 years, he spent his life in improving his skills. He spent his life in attaining the right skills, and then when he got a chance, he did his 100%. Now he's working as a team lead, and the company is not at all willing to let him go. No, they are not going. The moment he says, I want to leave, they are increasing his salary, or they are, giving him a good position, and then they are retaining him. So this is the plan. You need to plan. Okay, if you don't get a job after 6 months, don't panic, don't get stressed. You got some more chance before starting your career. Spend your time in learning, growing your skills, and doing the right things. So don't hesitate. Okay, the last step is communicate your decision and take action. Okay, now you once you are comfortable enough with all the skill set, everything, now you need to jump in, start looking out for revenue, start looking out for opportunities. Okay, now your decision should be to start a job. I'm talking about an engineer's perspective, or a fresher's perspective. Similarly, these things applies to a working professional who want to grow in his or her career. To grow in his or her career, you see, we had one great session from one of our senior volunteer, Mr. Lukman sir. Okay, I think we have the subsequent session, part 3, tomorrow also. So he has, enlightened the things that how we have to be ready for a change. Okay, how we have to be ready for a change. We have been doing the same things for 1 decade, or for 3 years or 5 years, but when a sudden change comes, if you're not willing to accept that change, either you will have to lose that opportunity, or even somebody loses the opportunity, then he or she realizes that, oh, I missed that. If I would have been ready for this, I would have actually not been sorry for this day. Okay, try to attend that session as well. Tomorrow we have it probably at 12 p.m. if I'm not wrong. So anyways, so you have to take a decision, even while you are doing a job, even while you are growing logically. You have to take some decisions. What skills do I need to inculcate? What skills do I need to add on? Okay. Or how I can be sure of performing my job effectively. Okay. How I can, till now I was doing my role very well. I was a team player. Now, if I get a chance to lead a team, do I have those specific skills? What do I need to do to take a team and to coach my team or to lead a team? What skills do I need? Okay, if I'm a team lead now, am I will I be able to manage multiple teams? Am I able to Will I be able to manage multiple teams? Will I be able to manage a project? Can I do that project management stuff? So you have to decide a lot of things. You have to decide a lot of things at various instances. Don't sit idle. Once you are in the comfort zone, you have to improve. You have to grow professionally. You've got to chat messages. I have completed 3 years diploma. I need a perfect job. There are a lot of jobs. As I told you, you have to decide what are your skill set, what are your area of interest, and then acquire that skill. See, as an HR manager, I interviewed one candidate for customer service executive for other department. I interviewed. Now, believe me, after seeing the profile, I did not ask him any question. I told him, "Why are you here?" He was shocked, "Sir, I want to face the interview. I want to get a job." I said, "It's okay. I know that you have come here for a customer service job, but why are you here? This is not the right job for you." After seeing his resume, I got to know that he did his bachelor's in mechanical. He also did his master's in mechanical. He did MTech in mechanical, and he came for customer service job. I told you, haven't you spent 6 years of your life in one particular stream? Now, because after spending 2 or 3 months after your master's, you did not get a job, you're moving to something else. Maybe you're doing this for time being, but you are actually moving away from your career. If you get an opportunity in your field, if they don't pay you, do that for 6 months. That experience will eventually help you to grab a good job. Okay, it's not that you don't find anything and you do something else. It's not that. You have selected a career. People are they are running after that stream, mechanical, and you spend your 2 years of masters also. Then he said, "Sir, my father asked me to do mechanical. I did it." I said, "Did he force you to do masters also in that?" "Yes, sir." "Now where are you?" See, even if you spend 6 years, it was not that because of just one word or one course you completed. Try your best. I can offer you the job based on your comm skills, but I'm telling you, this is not the right job for you. So it's not that you spend your 4 years or 6 years in one stream and then do something else which is not actually your work. Don't do that. Okay. This video will be available on YouTube, sir. Once the session is over, maybe today or tomorrow, you can find that. Find this video on YouTube as well. Okay, maybe sometimes you can take the screenshot. So these are the 7 steps effective to take effective decisions, and we have like 11 minutes more. So let's proceed. I hope you all are understanding what I'm saying. You are all enjoying the session. If you have any questions, just you can post it. So now I have covered all the stuff. Now I came up with these effective decisions. How to make effective decisions. These are few things that I consider. Now see, the golden rule is to consult with relevant persons. Okay, you have seen all that 7 steps and all the technical aspects and all that. Now if you look into these things, these are the gist. Okay, the golden rule to take any decision, if you want to take any decision, is to consult with relevant persons. Okay, for example, a simple one. Management has decided to go for some outing. Okay, management has decided. Now every team is happy that we have a team outing and all that, or your college management has decided to go for a team outing. All the team is happy. But when you got to know that they have decided to go on a specific place that no one is willing to go, what is that? If the management or the right person might have consulted with the relevant person, if they would have taken the suggestions from the fellow participants or the relevant person, like these are the students or these are the employees, they want to go. If they show them these are the 4 spots that we have decided to go, what are your suggestions, what are your priorities? So if they see the more inputs on one particular location, maybe they can do that instead of deciding one thing and they don't find the employees coming out there or they don't find the students coming out there. It's not that, right? So even for any decision, you take any decision, the golden rule is to consult with the relevant persons, to consult with the relevant persons. Okay. Now, when you want to take a decision and you don't know what decision you have to take, but you have to take the decision, look out for some similar previous situation. Okay. If this incident might have occurred or similar to this incident, it might have occurred earlier in your life, or you have seen or you have heard or you have read. So what they did, okay, what they did to face that situation fairly, do that at least, but don't sit idle, don't delay it, don't procrastinate it. Take that, do that, try to consult with the relevant persons. If you think that there's very less time, okay, at least look out for similar situation and then take the decision. Okay, remember, your wisdom and conscience will really help you to take the right decision. Okay, if your heart is pure, you'll definitely find the right thing. Okay, and start taking small decisions, start taking small decisions that will really boost your confidence. I remember one uh, from the life history of the Prophet Muhammad. I heard that when the reconstruction of the Makkah, the Kaaba was going on, so they wanted, they were 10 people, I think. They were from different tribes. Okay, everyone was very much interested to put the last stone. There was one precious stone. They wanted to keep it, or they wanted to assemble that stone. Okay, which was actually the last stone of the Kaaba. Okay, now all the 10 tribes, they were thinking that we are we are higher, or we are good compared to that tribe and all that. So there was a conflict. Who should actually assemble that stone? Who should complete that construction? Who should do that? When the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he came in, he saw the situation. So now what decision he might have took? He might have asked few questions, or he might have considered a tribe. Okay, you are from so and so tribe, you do that. But what about the rest of the 9 people? Even though if he would have chosen the right person or one or two tribe, the other eight stakeholders, the other 8 people, they might get disappointed. See, it's a small decision, but keeping in mind the stakeholders and everything, he said, bring me one big cloth, he said. Okay, now he kept that stone on that big cloth, and he asked all the 10 people from 10 tribes to hold that cloth from each corner. And he said, take this to that place. Now everyone was happy. Okay, I got a chance, I got a chance, I got a chance. Everyone was happy. Now just to pull that stone and keep it there, it was decided that you are the best person, you should do that. Okay, he took that and he did that. I'm telling you, so this was a situation. If you take decision and if you think that your one decision will make one people happy and rest of the 9, or they will get suffer, so consider all of them. Okay, and decide accordingly. So don't just disappoint everyone with one of your decision. Okay, use your conscience, use your wisdom, and then take the decision. So what will be the impact of your decisions? The impact of your decision will be, it might be a positive impact, okay, or there might be a negative impact. Now you took the decision. You took the decision, there is a negative impact. What to do that? We'll have to stand on it. I have seen many leaders, after the failure, they did not start the blame game. They took the responsibility. They took the responsibility. They came forward and they said that it was my fault, even though the fault was of the team. Okay, it might happen because of your one decision in your professional career or somewhere. You might be asked a lot of questions. So don't say, I did not do that. Accept your mistake. Accept your mistake and do not repeat that mistake again. Okay, if you accept, believe me, half of the pressure will be simply, you'll find 50% of the pressure will be over. Now, when you got to know that, try. There might be a chance to redo that work. There might be a chance to redo that or undo that. Okay, but don't say just for avoiding or just don't start the blame game. Take the responsibility, and you will eventually see that right outcome out of it. Okay, so learn from your past decisions and progress accordingly. If you have any questions, you can ask me, but I have got one more video. I'll show that. And before we wind up, I want to show that one video. Oh. Is it audible, Sunny? So see this video carefully. A lot of birds, they are going on and finding their food. Now one bird actually asked her child to come, little bird. But she's not willing to go and start hunting. She want to get feed from where she is, in her nest. Okay. So what did you understand after seeing this, small video? If you stay back, if you don't take decision, if you fear, and if you think that you might fail, you won't be anywhere. Okay, start taking decisions, start taking some actions. Okay, start taking some actions and start taking small decisions, and eventually you will find life very interesting. Okay, and you will definitely attain your goals. Okay, so with this small video, I think I can conclude now. If you have any questions, you can ask me. So believe in a society where parents define our education, career, our relatives use their opinions, and then the experiment or even watching movies change the person. See, it's not that your parents are forcing. They might have seen. They might have seen somebody else. Okay, growing in their career by choosing that particular stream. But they have to consider your skills also. It's not that skill cannot be, attained, or skill cannot be learned. It can be learned. It all depends upon your perception. It all depends upon your area of interest. Now, see, there are a lot of skill sets in the market, but you take one skill, you spend the right amount of time. Okay, I have seen graduates who spent like 4 years and 5 years in nowhere. After doing a graduation in 2012 2013, they spent 4 years or 5 of their life nowhere. After doing a course for about 9 months, after doing a course for about 9 months rigorously, like from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., they went and they learned, and then they practice, and then they practice, and then they practice. You're getting me? So they practiced a lot. Now, after facing interviews, they were able to compete with those who are there in those the people with 5 years of experience. Okay, a skill can be learned, a skill can be attained, but you have to spend a reasonable time and doing so. uh, what questions do I have? I think we are done with the time. Sami bhai, can we conclude? If you have any more questions, you can leave here. uh, so you can reach out to career guidance council. Okay, we have our uh, where's that? Note down this helpline numbers. This is the WhatsApp number. This is the calling number. You can reach out if you have any questions related to your career. Maybe somebody else who's not available now, maybe somebody else will help you out. We have a lot of programs coming up, usually on weekends, Saturday and Sunday. See, we are taking time. We're taking time from a busy schedule just to give back to society. Maybe our few words might, enlighten your career. So this is our perception that, if we have learn something, it's good to give back to society. So we have a lot of programs coming up. Even we have a lot of, like me, there are so many working professionals. So if we find any opportunity, we share with all the job seekers. So stay connected with Career Guidance Council, and if you have any questions, you can all anytime reach out. We have our Facebook and we have our YouTube channel as well, so you can reach out us by any means. I think we can conclude the sessions. Sure, sir. Sure, you can definitely come up with your skill sets and give back to society. Okay, and do your best. So maybe I would like to conclude. If you have any questions, so shall I conclude? So in short, decision making is a good thing. If you get a chance, decide. But follow the golden rule, consult with the right persons, and consider your conscience and wisdom, and then uh, take assess the risk, okay, and proceed accordingly. So I think, yeah, we have got one hand raised. Abdul Alim, you want to say anything? Can somebody unmute Abdul Alim? You want to? I think you want to say something before we conclude.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, Alim.
Yeah, if some situations we have to take the decision on the spot, we don't have any time for to mashura and contact with concerned persons. At the time, how can I take on that situation? Nabi Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who taken the decision?
See, there is not one instance. You'll find a lot of instances wherein you need to take on the spot decision. You need to take on the spot decision. That's why I told you, use your conscience, use your wisdom. Okay, everyone is gifted with a conscience or a wisdom. Use that, and within no time, consider it. I heard that way back in 1970s or 80s, the Russian, uh, from military or some specific area, he had only 1 minute left. He had only 1 minute left, and he had to take decisions based on the report that he received. Okay, the decision was whether to trigger a button so that he, fires all that, and there will be a big clash and a war-like situation. But before he got a report and before taking his decision, he took a deep dive, okay, and he rechecked the information, and he found that the information that he received was not true. So he did, he told the situation later on in his biography that if he would have triggered that button, so there would be a big disaster to the humanity. Okay, in such situations, just check the information. If it is possible, check the information. Based on that information, the decision that you are going to take should not have a disaster. Even if you take the decision, it should be good or it should be no bad. Okay, if it is a bad, then you have to uh, take a deep dive and recheck the information and then take the decision. Sometimes, for example, you are in a upper, very critical situation. Somebody is admitted in the hospital, and the doctor is coming and saying that we need to give this injection. Otherwise, we won't be able to save the patient. Now, you are not the doctor, and you don't know whether that injection is needed or not. Probably, maybe he's saying that to avoid a heart attack or to avoid this and that, we need to do this procedure immediately. Then you have to you know accept that, because you can do that, you can delay it. Maybe if they say that it is good to do that, otherwise you take a decision, decide, then you go for second opinion, you go to other doctor, then take second opinion, and then do that. I hope it's clear. So it's okay, then I'll conclude my session now. Uh, Thank you everyone for joining the session. I wish I would have, covered more things, but whatever I think in 1 hour I can cover, I have, tried considering those things. I wish you all the best in your career endeavors. Stay tuned and stay connected with Career Guidance Council for, for such more beautiful sessions. I think tomorrow also at 12 p.m. we have one more great session from Dr. Lufman. One more interesting session. Try to attend that. Thank you, everyone, and let me conclude that. I'm ending the session now.